Hello and welcome to Wicklow Good News with me, Jillian Godsil. Today I'm very pleased to have as our guest Glen Whelan, who is a coordinator and volunteer with Bravo Charlie Tango. Now tell me, Glen, what is Bravo Charlie Tango?
Hi, good morning. Bravo Charlie Tango is a nationwide group of motorcycle volunteers. When the lockdown came and when we had issues with getting PPE and equipment to frontline workers, to nursing homes, etc., we couldn't get anybody to do distribution. So a nationwide group was set up in order to take motorcycle riders who were able to get out on their bikes and for specific reasons go to collect PPE and deliver to the most needy.
Wow.
It's not only motorcycles, they also use vans, cars, trucks. We've had vans out on the road in the last couple of days delivering, I think, 200 items in one drop.
Wow. So it's a big, it's now up to 1,000 volunteers across the country and 72 in Wicklow, which is amazing. Question for you. Why is it called Bravo Charlie Tango, not Bravo Charlie Delta?
Bravo Charlie Tango. It's phonetic, so it's Bravo B, Charlie C, Tango T. So it's bikers coming through.
Ah, I'm so dopey. I was thinking of they were just the telegram talk, whatever. I thought, oh, of course that makes sense. Silly me. Bravo Charlie Tango. And anyway, Tango has much more movement.
Yeah. No, I'm not very good at dancing at the moment, but yeah.
So it's an amazing bunch. And I know bikers, like my brother's a bit of a biker, but bikers, they love to get on the road. So you are really doing what you love doing, but there's a purpose to it.
Yes. So when the lockdown came, it put a stop to social travel. It put a stop to discretionary travel. So one of the items that was done every year is called a photo rally. This would be a set of tasks that riders would be given, and they would be told to go to certain coordinates or given a clue to a position to go to anywhere in the island of Ireland, and they'd have to photograph themselves and their bike and send it back in. So it was like a location challenge. When that finished, when that was all put a stop to it, they saw that there was a huge force of riders out there who are capable of doing distance, who can carry equipment, and they saw a need to transfer PPE to frontline workers. They set up a whole distribution network, a volunteering network. They had county WhatsApp groups set up.
I'm going to get you to just move your mic, just clip back to your mouth again a little bit. Sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Pardon me. Sorry. So they managed to get all these riders who previously would have done runs or spins for personal or discretionary reasons, and now they're doing it for a defined purpose, to transfer PPE to frontline workers.
It's an amazing thing. You're matching the passion of the bikers with an absolute need. It's a glorious thing. I know, again, I mentioned my brother. He used to have a very old Jag, which he adored, and he would drive to get milk, but he'd drive to the next, he'd drive to a 20-mile route to get some milk. I'm probably to get milk, he'd say to his wife, just for the pleasure of being out in his car. So it's a lovely idea that you have all these volunteers on their bikes, it's their passion, and now there's actually a purpose to it, as in a real life purpose. And tell me, how do people volunteer? How do they get on board?
There's a couple of different ways. The easiest way for you to volunteer, if you are a biker or if you have PPE that you would like to donate, would be, first of all, to go to the Bravo Charlie Tango Facebook page. Inside there you will be allowed in onto the website, and then you'll be directed to which county that you will go to. If there is anybody that has any PPE that they'd like to donate, they can send an email to ppedonationsire@gmail.com. I can send you on the link for that later.
Brilliant.
And the coordinators, who are actually based Europe-wide, will be able to match your donation to a specific need, no matter where it is on the island of Ireland.
So the PPE equipment, it's a mixture of donations. We mentioned before you started recording the two Sineads in the East Coast Mask Makers. So they're obviously one of your, they're a great bunch. They coordinate 40 plus volunteers who are making these masks, and they get them delivered. And can people, are you doing a GoFundMe? Is there a GoFundMe page, or is there any way to raise money?
There is. There's an awful lot of money that's been given. There have been some celebrities and some businesses that have given in huge donations. A lot of them are hesitant to have their names up in lights There is a donation side on the Bravo Charlie Tango, but it's actually closed off at the moment. What they're doing on the Bravo Charlie Tango side is they are getting a specific figure. That specific figure that they're raising through the sale of T-shirts, high vis, items like that bikers will want to wear. They'll get to a certain donation point and they stop. They close the shop. They take those funds, they go directly and buy PPE that are needed for frontline workers. They buy it, they distribute it, they deliver it.
Wow. And you're also, I understand, and never occurred to me, baby monitors. These are a thing that's very handy. Explain how that works.
Baby monitors and walkie-talkies are absolutely vital, particularly at the start of when all COVID was kicking in. Essentially, it is creating a barrier between nursing staff and doctors and a patient. So if a patient is relatively okay, still recovering from COVID, but in a room in semi-isolation, they can have a baby monitor beside them. The nurse can talk to them from outside the room without having to gown up and gown down. So the effect of that is to minimize the amount of PPE that's used, donned and doffed and wasted every single day.
And it makes sense too as well. It's a lifeline. I mean, obviously, well, presumably they can bring their family, but if they want to talk to the nurse, blah, 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 it might be a request for something, or it's opening it's a very clever idea.
It's just a communication channel, and what it does is it saves the amount of PPE. We saw some areas where PPE was an absolute gold dust. They could not get enough to go through it. Those items where we've had administrators go to places to deliver PPE, and the doctors and nurses saying they only had 24 hours worth of equipment left. Wow. The likes of baby monitors gives them an extra 4 to 6 hours a day, because it means that nurse can go to someone outside their room and say, "Hi, how are you doing? Is everything all right?" That's fine. Is there anything I can bring you in? No, that's fine. So that there takes away 15 minutes of putting on a layer of PPE. It gives back time to the nursing staff, but it also means that PPE that's vitally needed, maybe for somebody else, is not being used unnecessarily.
And are you still looking for donations of baby monitors? Are they still needed?
Yes, absolutely.
It's common sense. A lot of these things are like, well, that makes sense, because I don't work, I'm not a medical person, but the thought, I have 2 sisters who are nurses, and they say it takes so long to put all the stuff on. It is really, do it properly, and then you go in just to say hello to somebody or to check something, whereas if you could do it from the outside the room, makes so much more sense.
Yeah, it saves time on putting it on. It also takes out a risk factor.
Yeah, wow, it's cool. All these volunteers, all these bikers, they pay for their own petrol, don't they?
Absolutely.
And
the bikers are giving their own time, their effort, their skill, obviously, on the bikes, but they're also, they're running up. We've had bikers who have broken down. Obviously, some shops will help get them back on the road. We also have recovery guys who are coming back and helping getting them back from that position and bringing them at least back home. So yeah, they're giving up their time, their effort, they're giving up their bikes, the tires, and obviously their own fuel. But yes, it's very 100%. Altruistic, the nature of the way that they're doing it.
Well, I think bikers are renowned, aren't they, for good causes. They're you're passionate,
absolutely.
Passionate community, and you do good things. And there's other causes I know throughout the years that bikers have supported. And it's quite interesting, because you think of bikers being a big tough with all the leather on, and yet the little soft hearts inside, the helping children's hospitals and stuff like that. It's
you can have some of the biggest, toughest, roughest looking guys, and they've all got hearts of gold.
Yeah.
It's an amazing group. Some of the groups that I'm involved with, the likes of Emily Spin for Laura Lynn, you could have 200 riders on that are all giving their time, donating, raising huge money. There are bike spins creating money through charitable donations up and down the country, and it's constant. Again, in the lockdown, yeah, that's affected it. But because everybody still wants and feels that need to give, Bravo Charlie Tango was one of their outlets to be able to help.
I think it's amazing. It's a very heartwarming story. So if people want to get either get in contact, so the Facebook is the best page. Maybe you need PP, maybe you can donate PP, maybe you want to volunteer, and when the donation page opens again, you could volunteer. But your Facebook, and is it just Bravo Charlie Tango, will get you to the Facebook page?
Yes, if you do a search for Bravo Charlie Tango on Facebook, you'll see a closed group. You'll access it by putting in a request to access. Once that's granted, you'll be given access to see everything that's going on. If you do have PPE, again, the email address is ppedonationsire@gmail.com.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Glenn. I love it. And I say the two Sineads, they were telling a Sinead or telling a story where one guy was going to pick up some stuff from her. He got lost. His battery was gone. Someone else came to help him navigate to where her house was to pick up the stuff or drop stuff off, whatever. And in the end, 3 big bikes roared down the drive. And she said it was like from a film. And what must the neighbors think?
Yeah, it's amazing to see. Yeah, it's an amazing thing to see. I mean, I've been on quite a lot of runs, and you join up with other bikers, and just the camaraderie and the openness to help and commit. It's just fantastic.
I've got goosebumps. I can feel the joy from here. It's an amazing, amazing group of people. Thank you so much for your time, Glenn.
No problem.
We'll come back later on and we'll check in with you and see what other stories you might have, because I think you're going to be needed for quite a while to come, I think. So thank you so much for your good service. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you so much. Bye.
That's Glen Whelan, with coordinator and volunteer with Bravo Charlie Tango, not Delta, Tango. You're listening to Wicklow Good News with me, Jillian Godsil, and thank you to Marlena Murphy producing and Gavin Dowd on sound. And until next time, be good, be safe, and keep on helping others.